Hey guys, so today I'm going to be replacing this light switch. Um, it's been making a sizzling sound whenever I turn it on and off. I've tried to get it on camera a couple of times, but I can't get it to pick up. But it's making a little bit of like a popping, sizzling sound whenever I turn it on and off. So I don't like that. It means my light switch is wearing out. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out and replace it with a new one. So give me just a minute to get all my tools together, and we'll get to working on this. Alright guys, so first things first, here we've got our new light switch. It's never been used, just bought it. These are relatively cheap, so if you've got a light switch that's making a sizzling or popping sound, for less than $1 you can replace that. So I would go ahead and replace it. Now this light switch you can backstab in these little holes, or you can twist around the terminal. So the holes are only for 14 gauge wire. So remember, if you want to do the backstab method, that's only for 14 gauge wire. So and here we've got all of the tools that we're going to be using. These two pieces are the Klein Tools digital circuit breaker finder. This is the transmitter. It's also a GFCI tester, so you get 2 in 1 when you buy this. But this is the transmitter and this is the receiver. So essentially with an outlet, you'll plug this in and then you'll just let it do its thing, and then you'll go scan your breaker. I've got a video of that. If you go through our how-to videos, there's a video of how to find circuit breaker. But for this particular problem, we're going to be using a different attachment. So this attachment here is made to go on the transmitter, so it just plugs into the end like a regular extension cord or whatever. And then you've got these two sleeved alligator clips. So that just opens up and clips onto the wire or onto the terminals. You can see there. So this piece comes in the circuit breaker kit. So below this video in the description, you're going to find links to all the tools that I'm using today. I highly suggest getting this kit because you'll be able to find any circuit breaker for any light, any receptacle, any appliance, anything you might need, dishwasher. You'll be able to find that if you get this kit. So also you can test GFCIs. Now you're also going to need a non-contact voltage detector. I recommend one from Klein or Fluke Tools. I have Klein today in my home set, so that's what we're going to be using. I will link 2 different non-contact voltage detectors down below the video in the description. I've also got a multi-tool here from Klein. It's just got a bunch of different size bits. Get the camera to focus. Bunch of different size bits that you can flip around and change, so I don't have to have multiple screwdrivers to do stuff. So I'll put a link for that. And then here is a decent set of wire strippers. These are actually not the ones that I recommend. This is just what I've got in my home box. So there will be a link for a good set of wire strippers down in the description. So now we're going to get over to the light switch and get started replacing it. So as you can see here, I've already removed the cover screws. Save y'all some time. We're going to take this cover plate off. This right one is the one that we're going to be replacing. So we'll go ahead and pull this cover plate off and expose our wiring here. Let me lay that down. So before you take these screws out and begin to carefully remove this, you need to take a non-contact voltage detector and verify that there is voltage at this location. So we're going to go ahead and stick that in there. See how that's green and then it turns red and beeps? That means that there is voltage there. So I'm going to go ahead, since it's easy to access, I'm not going to remove it right now. I'm going to go ahead and put the circuit breaker finder on it, and I'll show you that in just a second. So we've got our transmitter plugged into our alligator clips for our circuit breaker finder. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to clip our black lead onto the ground, just like that. And then we're going to clip our red lead onto this hot screw up here, just like that. So then we'll come down here and make sure that we got a light on. We do have a light on, so you just want to leave that as it is. And now we'll take our digital circuit breaker receiver to the panel, and we'll find out which breaker this is. Before we do that, now's a good time for you ought to take a second and go down and down at the bottom over here and click the like, and then over here on this side click the subscribe button. We try to put out all types of content. We put out tool deals, specifically Milwaukee tool deals, Fluke tool deals, Lowe's deals, Home Depot deals. We put out a bunch of stuff. So this is one of our how-to videos in the how-to category, and yeah, just take this time to go down there and smash that like and subscribe button, and we'll go find this circuit breaker. So here we are at our breaker panel. I'm going to go ahead and open this up and expose all the breakers. Now, as you can see, I've got a breaker for the washer, but I don't have any breakers that say laundry room. So we're going to have to trace this breaker. That's why I included this tool in this video. So all you do is turn this on, and then you're going to make one pass across all the breakers, leave it on, and then make another pass. So we're going to start right there, and we're going to go to the next one, the next one. You just slowly pass over these breakers. Just keep slowly passing over these breakers. And then the same thing on this side. Alright, now we're going to make another pass. Wherever it beeps red this time is definitely the correct circuit breaker. You've got to go once to let it scan your panel, and then when you go the second time, that's when it tells you which breaker it is. It's definitely the living room breaker. So I'm gonna go, let me turn this off. I'm gonna go make sure that nothing in the living room is gonna be affected by this breaker going off, and then we'll come back and show you how to verify that. So I went and told the family that they're gonna lose their living room lights and power for a minute. So we're going to turn this breaker right here off, and we'll see if this thing, we'll turn that breaker off and see if this thing stops beeping. It should have. Yep, that's how you know you got the right breaker. So now we'll go back to the light switch and do what we got to do. We're going to take this non-contact voltage detector. We're going to verify that that same screw that was hot is no longer hot. There's nothing hot in this box. There's no power here. Everything is off. So now that we know everything is off, we're going to remove this light switch. So all I'm going to do is take my multi-tool. Right here is my multi-tool. And I'm going to take this screw out and this screw out, and then I will get back with you and show you what happens next. All right, now we're ready to remove the switch. I've got the screws out. Now we'll just pull this straight out. And what you have here is what's called backstabbing. So I'm sure that a lot of you have heard of backstabbing before, but you may not know exactly what it is. So backstabbing is the process of stripping your wire and just shoving it in the back of the switch or outlet. With number 14 wire, that's totally acceptable, but I'll leave it up to you how you want to do it. Some people like twisting the wire around the screws, and some people like backstabbing. Me personally, I don't care either way. As long as it gets done and gets done correctly, it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wire strippers and I'm going to cut this here, and I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to cut it here, and then we're going to start fresh. So give me just a second to get my strippers. Alright, here's our strippers. We're going to take the cutting section just like that, and we're going to cut that wire. Now we're going to come down here to the next section, and we're going to cut that one, and then we're going to cut the ground. We want to leave these as long as possible, by the way. Okay, that's got that removed. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to find my 14 gauge solid hole, which is going to be that one right there, and I'm going to strip these two black wires. It does not matter which order they go in on the switch. You can see that this wire, this particular wire, traces back to the top of this other outlet where it is twisted around that screw. So I like to put my hot wire, which is my supply wire, I like to put it on the top. They've got it on the top over there, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to strip this and we're going to put it in the top hole, and then this one goes out to our light, so we will put it on the bottom hole. So give me just a second to get these stripped and I'll be right back. Alright, so now we've got our wire stripped. I'm going to show you how to use a strip gauge here. So this little groove right here, that's how far your wire needs to be stripped. So all you do is lay your wire on there and make sure that the insulation goes to the side of the switch. So that one's perfect. And let me bend it out of the way here. And that one's perfect. So okay, before I shove these two in the back, since this ground is pretty short, I have bent it into a hook, and you want to make sure that your tail, if you were facing this hook like this, you want to make sure that your tail is on the right side. What that's going to do is that's going to make it twist around the screw tighter instead of looser. So bend you a hook on there, and then just simply hook it around your screw and tighten it up with your screwdriver. So I'll get that done and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so these, once you had them stripped, they just easily shove down in there, but as you can see here, they don't come out. So I like this method, it's fast, but some people say that they don't like it. So I'm sure there'll be tons of comments down there about backstabbing, and people been doing it for years with no problem, so I'm doing it to mine right now. So anyway, we've got our ground on here tightened down just like that, and we're gonna put these wires back in here just like so, no particular order, and we're gonna put our screws in these holes, that hole and that hole, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so we've got our screws back in here. When you're tightening these down, you just want to tighten them till these top two wings snug on the drywall, and these bottom two wings snug on the drywall, and then that's it. Now you want to look at it, make sure it's pretty level, and then you want to put your cover back on. Alright, so once you get your cover screws back in there, the only step left is to go back to your breaker panel and turn the breaker on, and then everything will work as it should. So this is actually an outside light, and it's raining out there, so I'm not going out, but yeah, just go turn your breaker back on and everything should work perfect. Once again, all the tools we used will be in the link below. In the future, I'm going to go ahead and change this cover and this three-way switch because it's dingy. So I'll go ahead and get that changed. But anyway, the links for the tools will be down in the description. Just click the description and you'll see links in there. Please like, comment, and definitely subscribe. That's the best way to help us be able to do stuff is through subscriptions. Doesn't cost you anything and helps us tremendously, so anybody that subscribes would be greatly appreciated. And as always, thanks for watching, and y'all have a great day.